and I'm from Australia, but I'm actually half Indonesian, and today I am on the roof of my mother's house in Indonesia, in Sumatra actually, and I'm doing some exercise while the sun is rising, but maybe we won't see a sunrise because it's a bit cloudy. But I've got these guys, pois, have you seen these? They're so much fun. Normally kind of see them like circus kind of tricks. Did you not know I'm a circus Did you not know I'm a circus actor? No, not really. I'm just playing with them. I'm not very good. I'm just trying to learn some moves from YouTube or just playing around, to be honest. So, you're not going to be able to hear me. I'm just going to play. No one's watching anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm just playing. All right. First move I'm going to try to do is a butterfly. I'll fail probably because I'm live. Uh-oh. Oh, nearly. Okay. Let's start from the beginning. Use a poise. That. Oh. I'm just practicing, remember, I'm not very good. Didn't say I was good at it. Don't have to be good at things to do them. Just saying. Woohoo! That is a butterfly, guys. That is a butterfly. Yay! And we're going to attempt to do a jumping for joy while we do the butterfly. Ready? Ooh, we did it. And then we just freestyle, just for fun. Wish we had some music playing. Great exercise. It's also good for your hand coordination. I'm left-handed, so everything comes naturally on the left, not so natural on the right. And for your brain, it's good to practice. A good thing about these things is if you hit yourself in the head, it doesn't hurt. These guys can change colours too. There's like multiple. Here's the same one. It's about the same. Oh. It hurts a little when you get hit, but so I'm in a place called Tanjung Marawa in North Sumatra. There is a lot of Muslim people here that live here. Naturally, Indonesia is one of the biggest Muslim countries in the world. I'm not Muslim, my mum's family is Christian, but we have probably around this house, I'll show you actually, come on. Hey, come on a walk with me. Let's go. I think I can turn this around, hey? I think I can. Is that turning it around? No. Oops, nope. I highlighted. So, we are high up. I think we're like third, fourth story. It's 6 a.m. Everyone's kind of going to the markets or coming home from the markets. You can see them all turning in up the top there. That's where the market is. Now, this side over here, I can probably point you out a mosque. I don't know if I can't zoom in, can I? Oh, yes I can. Oh, maybe, not really. Oh, yes I can. Can you see the mosque tops? Oh, now, can you see the mosque tops? So we're pretty close. There's one there, and there's one over there. There's one over there, and there's a couple over there. So this view is like a really special view. My grandfather's house, my grandmother and my grandfather lived in. See that tree kind of just there? Just there is my grandparents' house. They're not alive anymore, but when I was younger, we used to stay there. And all my aunts lived there too. There was 7 aunts originally. 2 of them have passed away now. Only 2 sets of aunts now live in that house. Yeah, so, and then another aunt lives just over here. Another aunt lives over there. So everyone lives really close. And then my cousin kind of lives a bit further over there. And then another cousin kind of moved away. And another cousin lives in Australia with me. Not with me, but in Australia. And another cousin is working over in Kuala Lumpur at the moment. And she sends money home to her mother and her 2 children. Yeah, so I have lots of cousins, and then all my cousins are having babies. My sister just arrived last night with her child, so my niece Naya. And we're going on a bit of a holiday this week, and then I'm leaving. So I've been here for a week, and I've loved it. It's been so nice. I mean, I haven't done anything as in touristy. Like when people think of Indonesia, they think of Bali. There is way more to Indonesia than Bali. Bali is absolutely beautiful, but unfortunately, you only see the highlights. You only see like the fancy beach where everyone lines up for an hour to get the special photo and then leave and go to the next spot for the special photo. That to me is not seeing Indonesia. Bali is actually really beautiful. Unfortunately, they've let too many tourists in. They should probably have a cap. Like some countries, they sell visas, and they don't have a cap of people for that week, so that the traffic's not nuts. So a lot of my friends, they go, oh yeah, Bali, ugh, don't go there. And it's not a really nice thing to say, because the Balinese are really nice people, and the country itself, or Bali, the island, is really beautiful. I'd like to go back and see a lot more of actually the island than just the touristy high spots. But Sumatra itself is not really renowned for, the Instagram shots. I'm here for the family. I'm actually here with my mum to try to sell this house because she never comes here. It's been about 5 years since she's been here. She's getting older. The money's probably better spent in Australia than having this that she only comes every now and then. I mean, it's nice to come and have a house to stay in, but yeah. So every morning I come up here. Well, I was telling you about the mosques and this view. So I get a chair and I sit here, or stand, just lean here, and you can hear the call to prayer. So you don't need to be Muslim to, really enjoy the sound and just, obviously I don't know what they're saying. I can't understand Bahasa very well. Saya Bahasa sedikit. So my Bahasa Indonesian is very small. I can understand a lot more than I can speak back, which is surprising. So at 4:30 actually, you hear the call to prayer. So in my bedroom, I can hear the call to prayer. So most mornings I just wake up. Mind you, my body clock is waking up at 4:45 anyway, because that's normally about 7 o'clock, 7:15, 8:15 in Australia. So more body's already awake. But I've started to so I've been a week and a half here, so I've kind of started to get into the, the body clock. But the call to prayer, oh my gosh. So I woke up at 5 o'clock and went, oh no, go back to sleep. Another 5 minutes. And I went, you know what, I'm going to get up there, hear the call to prayer. I do a 10-minute meditation on the roof while the call to prayer is going. And I think that's powerful. Yeah, I just absolutely think the call to prayer is beautiful. And they do it quite a few times a day. Oh, people are saying hello here. Hello. Yeah, so I don't actually know how many times they pray, but it's a few times, because I think they start again about 7:30 in the morning, brunch, lunch, afternoon, and then in the evening. So it goes, it's a lot of times. So yeah, if you live near the mosque, you're going to wake up really early every morning. I think it's a beautiful way to wake up. But I've also got my pois out. I brought them from Australia. I bought them a year ago. A friend of mine had a pair and I went, oh my gosh, I've got to get a pair. And yeah, so I went to a clown shop at Burleigh Heads. I think it's called, I can't remember what it's called. I might put it in the description because it's got some really fun things, you know, like the twirly sticks, and I bought a steel drum. Actually, that's what I went to buy, a steel drum. You know the little steel drums that make noises? Ding, 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 ding. They're really cute. I didn't bring that with me, but I saw the poise and I said, oh yeah, that's right, I want to get some of those. So let's go back to the poise. How many people have got watching? It's not about people watching. I mean, if you're watching, excellent, good on you. This is just for my memory because I videotaped lots, but I haven't edited anything. And look, I haven't even updated half the stuff I did in Taiwan or Ibiza last year. So more than likely, I probably won't even upload anything from Indonesia because I'm about to go on holidays. Or maybe, I don't know, we'll see what happens. So doing a live is my way of getting a post out, practicing a live, because all my mates, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember, Jazz is doing a couple of, Jazz is probably live right now. Should probably go to hers. And she's talking about travel. Jazz made TV. And my friend, oh my gosh, Phoenix, what's her name? Phoenix something. Oh, memory block. She's been doing the lives. So I'm kind of like watching all my friends do lives, thinking, you know what, I need to do lives. And you know what, why not see me exercise? And you know I love jumping and dancing. You didn't, I do, yes. Again, I'm not very good at dancing, but you still dance. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking and let's do some poi. Let's change the colour. Alright. I went through the door. I'm closing it. Oh, I'm hitting myself. I don't know if you saw that, but I kind of changed hands. Let's go back to the exercise bits. I'm like a marching girl, aren't I? So you can see the sun kind of rising. The sun rises about 6:45 here in the morning. It's a bit late, isn't it? So anyone watching, have you seen pois before? Pois originate from, I believe, Hawaii or like the South Sea Islands. You see a lot of the Tongan women with their pois. Obviously not the ones that light up, but they're kind of doing the beating things. Oh, they do, I don't know, like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, many different things, not like this really, but that's where the poi comes from. And someone just decided to put LED lights in them. So at night time, they're fantastic. I believe sometimes they can put fire in them too and make them all fiery. Yeah. So I've heard that by doing lives, it's a good way to get your watch hours up. Oh, wait on, I'm doing, oh yeah, no, I do them live, but it's going to be vertical. So will it be a short? I don't want short light. I don't want short hours. I want long form hours. Oh, the sauce. Hey, the sauce. Hey, mate. How you going, Doran? Hey, you know all about pois in Hawaii. So the sauce, Doran, is living in Oahu, I believe. Yes. So can you poi? Silently, you can poi. Oh, you're watching silently. Okay. Well, can you do this? I'm doing sign language. It doesn't matter. So the idea is you can go different angles. Oh, make them shorter. I've seen a friend do poi. Ah, okay, there you go. You should have a get a pair, they're so cool. Yeah, so I'm not professional at this, I'm just having a play. Oh, having a play, naturally, I just hit myself in the head. Yeah, I'm just having a play. It's good exercise for the arms. I'm sweating. I'm on the roof here in Sumatra in Indonesia. If you're interested, I just showed the view from the top here. I'm on the 3rd story. And I woke up, it's now nearly, we're at 6:47 here in Tanjung Merawa in North Sumatra. And the sun is supposed to be setting, but it's a bit cloudy. But I woke up at 5 o'clock to the call to prayer because there's many mosques here and it's actually really stunning. In the morning, it's pitch black and I come out here and I meditate and just listen to the call to prayer. It's absolutely stunning. You don't need to be Muslim to appreciate the beautiful sound. They're singing their Quran, I believe. It's actually, I love it. I think it's gorgeous. And then I do a 10-minute meditation while they're doing their call to prayer. And then I get out the poise and practice. And because I'm really just playing around, to be honest, I wonder if you can go this way. Oh no, it doesn't want to do that. I tried to do it vertical. Anyway, doesn't matter. I was just listening to Britney Spears' song, The Circus. Sorry, I like to sing and dance. I mean, I'm not sorry, to be honest. I do wish I had music, because it's so much fun. I have my music playing, and I just go into a different world. It's just so cool. So maybe tomorrow I might do it a little bit earlier so it's dark and you can see the poi better. You can see all my great moves. That's me being sarcastic. But it is really fun to do. And I love just keep on playing with the different light colours and sync them up. So I was just saying my niece and my sister came last night. Ooh. And we're about to go and do a bit of a trip around some places. I will do lots of videoing, but like I said, that's why I'm doing this live, because I'm probably more than likely not going to post anything, because posting stuff takes ages to upload on the phone. I only have my phone here and everything's 4G, and you know what? I'm just going to enjoy my time here. So at least if I do a live, I've done something from Indonesia, and I'm giving you a bit of story about Indonesia, about what I'm seeing and done. Oh, actually, okay, let's go a bit of story time. Okay, let's take you on a bit of a walk. So story time, I got here last Thursday, now is Sunday. So I've been here a week and a couple of days. Tuesday night, we get a phone call. Well, actually, we didn't get a phone call. My aunts were yelling from downstairs. So like on the other side of this, on the other side, up to the window. We were already kind of in bed. I share a bed with my mum. Yeah, I know. There's 2 bedrooms upstairs. The room in the middle is hot as hell. When I was younger, I stayed in there with my sister, and it's hot as hell. So I just opted to sleep with my mum because I was right next to the window. I have a little kind of desk like this, so I can kind of look out the window and watch the world go by. I'm a people watcher, you know. Dora loves watching the world go by and just, you know, seeing what's happening. Where am I going with this? Yes, so my cousin who lives in Australia, who's from Indonesia, him and his mum are in Australia. His dad died. So technically he's my uncle, but not through blood. I don't really remember him very well, but he died. So my mum is from the Karonese region, the country, in Brustuggy, and that's where actually we're going to go. I'll take you along. I might do a live because I won't be posting. And so my previous video, I talked about going to a Karonese Christmas party, and a lot of people there were from Lake Toba, and that's another region, and they have their own traditions, they have their own language. And I didn't know this. As I said in my last video, I really didn't know. I was clueless. I mean, I'm half Indonesian, I'm actually half Karonese, and I don't really know what that means. I came here for my grandfather's funeral, which was about 13 years ago, and I saw all the traditions, but I probably didn't take them in because, you know, it was my grandfather, he was dying, and it was just it was a very big, it's many day celebration. I turned up the day before the celebration, so there's many different traditions. So this time round, I'm here for my uncle's funeral, and they asked to have the body brought here. So for people in the Western world, they're like, eee, yuck. And even for me, like even thinking about it, when they yelled out, hey, and my mum was translating saying, you know, they're about bringing the body here, and her first reaction was no, because there's only one exit out of here. So, you know, you're walking past the body, and like, you know, there's a whole lot of things that needs to happen. So obviously your first reaction is like, shit, you know. But I'm thinking back, my grandfather was brought here, and when I turned up to, you know, I didn't know what I was turning up to. I was absolutely freaked out thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to see a dead body. I mean, I have seen a dead body, but, you know, in a church for a funeral, and it's only for, you know, a couple seconds and that's it kind of thing. But I knew that I'd be around my grandfather, and he's my grandfather. And it, you know, it was an experience. But anyway, this time around, it's going to be my uncle. So my uncle was brought here that night at 1 a.m. in the morning. And when my aunt started yelling out and she was crying, then all family started turning up, friends, everything, all out the front. So a lot of people know this house because his name was Ganawan. Rest in peace, Uncle Ganawan, because he actually stayed here for a while. As I said, this house is empty most of the time because my mother is not here. She lives in Australia. And yeah, so it was kind of like bringing the body home. It's not, you know, it doesn't need to go to the home. It just goes to where there's enough room because many people come and pay their respects. So there's a big space downstairs. It's like a garage, so to speak, that you could drive a car in. A couple of cars, I guess. But in the future, I'll show you a video about that. So basically, as long as this is, that's downstairs, 3 levels down, exactly the same. So anyway, basically from that night, family started gathering here. They sleep with the body, as in not sleep in the bed with the body, but the body's brought here. There was a sarong put on the bed over him. I came down that morning because obviously if I get out of the house, I need to go past the body, and I need to, you know, pay my own respects. So he was lying there, and you don't see anything. There's, you know, the sarong over him, but his feet are sticking out. He's got socks on. So, you know, that is quite confronting for a lot of people. Yeah, so I went to breakfast with my mum that morning. More and more people started gathering. And, you know, when I came back, there was kids sleeping next to the body on the ground. So it's not a big deal, like for, you know, kids, it's just what they've grown up with. And in the other regions, I'm sure they do similar traditions, but on the actual, they do different like ceremony kind of things. And I'll get into that next. So we needed to get, obviously my aunt and my cousin more, because my aunt had divorced the uncle. But she was obviously coming back to support her son. So he was in Australia, so he was able to get back. He was getting on that flight that night, and he was able to get here. It only takes 8 hours to get to Singapore, and then 1 hour from Singapore to Medan. So, you know, it's relatively pretty easy to get here if you had a good connection. So he died on the Tuesday night. My aunt and cousin were here on the Wednesday at 10 a.m. That's how quick it was. So they didn't do that day. That was the Thursday. No, they got here the Wednesday. I thought they would have the ceremony on the Thursday. They didn't. They still was kind of organising things. So the Thursday night, a whole big production turned up. They had a big awning out the front that went even over to the neighbours, front of the neighbours. There's actually no one living next door, so over the front of the neighbours. Then a band came, like an organ kind of thing, and massive big speakers were put out on the street. So the Thursday night was basically, it's like a wake that we have in Western worlds, but they have it before. So a massive big party. You know, people came, not a lot of people, but like all my aunts and cousins were here. Again, they slept here, but the music was really loud. Everyone was singing and dancing. Yes, I was dancing. I think my cousin has a video of that. That would be pretty bad, pretty much, because it's a particular, they do it, it's not like, you know, me like dancing. It's a dip. Yeah, so I'm not very coordinated, but anyway, I had to do it. They wanted me to sing. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to sing. So anyway, I didn't sing. But that night, it was fun to watch all my aunts, you know, dance, and my mum dancing with my aunts. They all, obviously it's all Indonesian singing. Yeah, so I mean, it was fun. My cousin was singing, dancing kind of thing too. I mean, obviously he's very upset about his dad dying, but you know, it's a celebration of people's life. So yeah, it's very touching to watch. So I went to bed about 12, and the music in my bedroom 2 stories up, I could hear it like I was literally right next to the music. It was so loud. But then at 1 o'clock, the music literally turned off. The power went out. I don't know what happened, but the power went out. And then 8 a.m. in the morning, the power must have went back on. The music started again. By 9 o'clock, the ceremony started. Many more people started turning up. So yeah, Ganawan was about 60-ish. Yeah, and his family, a lot of his family, actually the Karanese also. That's the other reason, you know, it was my family, a bit of my family who are Karanese, and then a lot of his family that are all Karanese too. So it made the traditions even more powerful, because they wanted to make sure that all the traditions were done. But unfortunately, there wasn't enough time for some of the traditions. There was a couple of people that spoke a little bit of English. My Indonesian is very sedikit, so I can only speak the language of Indonesian very smallly. So obviously I want to know about these traditions, and, you know, I'm videotaping. I'm being very respectful, obviously. But, you know, I want to know, why are we doing this? What's happening here? Like, you know, so there's only certain people I can ask. And my mum, she's been living in Australia for 50 years. So her memory of the traditions are probably very lost. And I asked her, I said, well, what about, you know, my grandfather's funeral? And she just can't remember, because I remember my mother at the funeral. She was in they do so many dancing around the coffins, and music is so hypnotic. Oh man, like she was in, I think all my aunts were in like trance basically. Even I was translated by the music and just watching everyone dance around the coffins. It wasn't so much like this one for this particular funeral. I guess because in the morning, it's, you know, the main son. My cousin was the only person, the main person mourning. There was a brother and a half brother, and some cousins. My aunts were also very, very upset, and my actual cousins here were very upset, because, you know, they lived around him. But maybe it was different in my grandfather's funeral, because my grandfather was one of the oldest people in this town. He was very well respected. He had many friends, so there was a lot of people here. And I don't know, maybe that meant there was a lot more dancing, and obviously there was a lot more people. There's a lot more sisters, a lot more of his daughters here. Yeah. So anyway, on the day of the ceremony, my uncle is put into the middle of the room. So we're able to kind of dance around it. Yes, dancing around it. It does seem really weird. And by this stage, the sarong is down, and there is a curtain put over him. but it's the curtains pulled down, so basically you see his face, and it's not pretty, obviously. I don't like to see people when they're passed. My father said to me distinctly, he said, I do not want my coffin to be viewed. I want a closed casket, because, he goes, I don't want people to remember. He goes, I don't want you seeing me. Like, I'm dead. That's it, Remember the living, basically. But here it's different. So my mum did request to go see the coffin and, see my dad. And my aunt went in Australia. They were over there and they did go see the viewing. I kind of said, that's not what Dad wanted, but again. So that's their tradition. So here they apparently, because I did say, I said, Mum, hey, like, it's going to smell. And they said, no, they put something inside them at the hospital to make them not smell. That's my first reaction. I know it's sad, but that is my first reaction because, he was here a couple of days and is hot as hell here in Indonesia. It's nice and cool now in the morning. And I've actually just made out, you can actually see the mountains here. Yeah, nice. So basically the short of it went for about 8 to 9 hours. And then we went to the cemetery. So I'll show you where the cemetery is. And basically the tradition is that you do all these different things. And I did videotape a lot of it, most of it. It got very tiring because it was a lot. And me always asking people. There was a couple of people around me that did speak a little bit of English. There was one particular lady, Christina, a new Facebook friend. I have a lot of new Facebook friends from this little trip. Not planned, obviously, but she was able to give me a lot of just, what was going on. So basically, at the end, he's put in, he's put into the coffin. And then there's a whole lot of traditions going around while he's in the coffin. One of them, which I thought was absolutely beautiful, was there's these white sheets. And basically we all hold a bit of the sheet. So different classes of people. So like the immediate family, other family. My aunts were in front of me. So all my aunts were in front of me holding a bit of the sheet. And they go around the coffin kind of dancing. And then they tuck him in. And then I was in the next layer with my cousins. And you can't help but get caught up in the emotion. I mean, it's actually quite sad, but it's kind of beautiful in ways. We go around the coffin and we tuck the sheet in around the uncle, or the past. So you're tucking him in, and then there's flowers. We go around again. We put flowers in there, and then you put some perfume in there. I don't know why you put perfume in there, but they do. And then they put the coffin on top, and that's, a really sad bit because obviously that's the last time the family will see him. And there was a lot of crying and wailing then. And then basically some more traditions. And then basically they carry the coffin, and we live quite close to the cemetery. I don't know if you can see this. See that yellow building there? The green bit? You walk in there, that's the soldiers. It's a bit of a soldier cemetery there, and at the back is a bit of a cemetery. I don't know if my family own that land, a little bit of land there, because it seems to be a lot of my family are buried there. Like my aunt, she died when she was about 17, 18. Then my uncle, no, not my uncle, my grandma, and then my granddad, and then another aunt died, and then my uncle. And then there was another uncle only a couple of months ago that passed that was there too. So it's really close to, they really close. And then they come back. So it's not over then. They come back and people give money. And there's, they give money to the family. So I think they give money to my cousin. So that took about an hour. And then the music is taken away by the stage, but there's still family sitting around outside under the awning. So again, it's a very beautiful, beautiful tradition. And I feel very honoured that I was able to be here for it by just random just by chance. So that's Indonesia. So my heading was like me playing the poi, or learning the poi. So let's finish on that. green. Is Naya awake? Huh? Yeah. I think she's in the bedroom probably. I gave her some headphones so she doesn't wake everyone up. Oh. Anyway, signing off. Ooh. Look at these little comments here. 21 people here. Smashed it. Thanks, Doran. Talk to you later. Yep. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Yo. How do I turn this off?